Welcome back to Scaredy Cat. We are back with more Tangled Tower, and last episode we got the diary unlocked, so let's take a look at what's inside. It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Oh, the big red one? Right, this is Freya's diary, the girl who passed away. The girl who was killed. Soulbearer Works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now, need 2 more. Soulbearer Works. Found my way into the middle, surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them all 5, eyes blacked out. Found my way into the middle, surprisingly simple compared to the harp. Oh, the harp puzzle? I saw them all 5, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. Is that it? I feel like we know less. We don't know as much. We didn't learn a lot from that, but we learned a lot from that. The harp. Oh. Oh. Was this here before?
This wasn't here before.
Oh, yep.
What is it?
Tell me it's the key for the harp. Sorry,
It's
I'm
a
just
little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
adjusting my volume here.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you too, Freya. Okay. Do we show that to Poppy then? Or we have also the cassette. We could try
What
that.
do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
Uh-oh.
well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Unfinished business. Okay. We still don't know anything.
I'm still not sure about this.
Should we take another look?
I don't think we know enough about this yet. Yeah, seems like this puzzle can't be solved yet.
Let's come back later.
Freya apparently solved it, though. Okay, the only thing I can think of is to try. I don't think that did anything. Where is it? Oh, it didn't get added to our thing here? Well, never mind. Take the tape back. Oh, yeah. It looks like there's a second tape we'll be able to get at some point. Okay. Let's look at our stuff again. I don't know what to do at the moment. Alright, let's see what this says. Talk to Fifi. Alright, back to Fifi. Secret diary. Harp
the
statue?
itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
No.
We're working on it.
We are?
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Yeah. We already showed her that. She won't tell us who it is.
Is she laughing?
What? Over the tape?
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family.
Oh.
This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You
Ooh.
sound like her.
Her? Freya, maybe?
Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
Then
we...
how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next.
Okay. On
It
the
is
flower?
a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
Oh. Okay.
I am scared of birds.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh,
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
these weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
Yeah, we know.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes. I
Oh,
believe
this painting.
Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it.
Oh, yeah, I can
As
see that.
such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. That belongs to my mother. I think
Oh.
she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Oh, that's right. Flora's her
Yeah,
mom.
What's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs. The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Oh. Recent.
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
She's correct.
Apart from the one in the painting.
which as a mere abstract representation does not count.
Correct.
Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
I agree with her that it's probably not knife. Or that thing in the photo is not a knife at all, but I'm still certain it's a feather.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
Oh?
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course. The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood.
Oh.
Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
Yeah.
do not know the answer.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
That's odd. The blood on the paint? Or the blood on the photo? Painting. Wow. Painting. Came from this that was already had blood in it. Oh, that's wild.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Yeah. I thought that was strange too, because it was... actually thought it was like... Yeah, who is this guy? I wonder if that is Freya's father or something? Still don't know about that bird, though.
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
I think there's something to do with this crack thing and the earmuffs. I think someone was testing something in the music room. The same thing that ended up cracking the gramophone and the paints is my guess. And what it is, the only thing we have a hint at is this
Interesting.
bug.
Where did you find it?
Oh, we already talked to her.
It does
Nope.
not- In fact, you could...
Yeah.
But this bug has a screech, but it's only like slightly louder than a hairdryer. So I don't know that would be loud enough to crack something, but anyway.
The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
Alright, we'll just give that.
That blade.
Oh,
It's a troll for gardening.
It
trowel.
is.
Oh. Could that have been the murder weapon? Wait, wasn't Fitz the first one in there? One of the first ones in there? Maybe he saw it and grabbed it and then hid it back under his bed? I don't know. But I don't think Fitz would have killed Freya. Alright, we talked to Fifi. Let's ask her about people.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, oh. Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Oh, okay.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Huh. I say she doesn't look 44. She looks like she's 60. Hawkshaw.
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard. Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No?
Wow.
Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Huh.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
But he's not.
Oh, yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
But he's not.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became, 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Oh.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His
Okay.
father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
So like a half second cousin or something like that?
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was
Oh.
making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
A knife or a trowel? Oh, hold on.
That blade,
It's a troll.
it is.
Okay. Let's stop talking to her for a
There's something
second.
about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Yeah.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Just a second. Oh. It's located here. Interesting. So we thought originally this was a gift from Penelope to Fitz. But now it looks like maybe it was a gift from Fitz to Poppy, possibly. But he didn't end up giving it to her for some reason.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Huh. Fifi?
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
Oh, we did.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see. She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
Huh.
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
What's she doing with the bugs?
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone. Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, yeah?
I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Was that plant in Penny's room actually supposed to be for Poppy?
Penelope is my fiancée.
Oh!
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing
Yeah.
recently?
Good. It's good.
No, it's not. There's something going on there.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I
Yeah.
didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
There isn't.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
Okay, so that's all the people. We asked about the trowel already. Wait, do we need to... Suspicion.
So-
Here it is.
Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi definitely saw Fitz holding a knife. No, she didn't lie. He was holding something else. It's that trowel.
He did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Trowel, trowel, trowel.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Poppy and Penny, here we go. A single feather, that's what I think the knife is. In the painting. Was used to bury, is used by Fitz to look after. Let's try this. It was in Penny's room.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes?
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Oh. Okay, that flower. The blue soil. It's the same as the potted fruit. Right? He had his own special, a unique blue soil. He uses it to grow all of his plants.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Penny's room. This thing in Penny's room. Soil. Matches pot and soil found in... This was the greenhouse.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to
Oh,
breed.
yeah.
I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
The flower
Turns
does
out
look like Penny.
isn't particularly interested in looking after plants.
Aw.
So I go into her room every now and again. When she's not there, water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Aw. Oh, this
A
clipboard.
little chart of... Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
I forgot about this thing.
Greek letters, I think?
Yeah, Greek letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We haven't seen a use for this yet.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Asked about all that stuff. Yeah, but where did that get us to? He said it was a gift. Maybe it was from Penny after all. Who do we harass next? Freya's room. Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to Freya's room anyway to look at the bug box. This thing.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
It is. Oh yeah, that kind of looks like an insect too. Okay, what are we supposed to do here? We did this puzzle already.
That painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
Yeah, we saw that.
It's a photograph.
Looks like it was taped to something. Yeah, a piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. This photo was taken from somewhere. It's sitting in here. So what am I supposed to do in here?
Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight. A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate. It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Okay.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty.
Huh. Odd. What are we supposed to be looking for in here? I'm supposed to be looking for in here? Did we hear some kind of melody by the lake's edge? Oh yeah, the... Okay, what were we supposed to see in here then? Drawers being empty? The wind... No, the wind chimes were wooden. They didn't make a sound. There's a bird bath. Oh. Bird song. Okay. Makes this... Is that...
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Bird. Yep, that's the bird piece. Okay, so that's what this is for. So we need a piano, someone singing, and a bell.
Let's come back later.
Let's see if we can get her to play the piano. Here it is. She's playing. Not working.
It's one of those big pianos with the open
Don't touch
lid.
it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Yeah, it's mine.
See if I can get her to play it.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literal.
There it is. Okay, we got the piano. Now we just need a bell and someone singing. Where's there a bell? Guess we'll have to go through each room. Oh, we haven't talked to Hawkshaw in a while. Do you have anything out here?
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
Ooh, okay. A puzzle?
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Okay, this looks like a 2. Correct position. Oh, that's a 9. This is a 3. This will be a 3. Right? A 3. Is that a 2 or is that something else? I think it's a 2. This is definitely a 9. This has to be here. This one needs to be here. This one's a 6. This has to be here. Oh, a 12. This is a 12. 12. Okay. This is the only one that moves with this. Is this not a 3 then? Gotta be a 3. 3. 6, 12. But this is the only one that these move together. So they can't be... Oh, 3. Wow, okay. That's 12. This needs to be 6. Okay, so we move this to get these... Oh, there. Okay, the trick here. We need this one to end. These two move together. This one's a quarter behind. So we need this here. Here. Okay, I was off. Now these are off. All right, my brain is frying on this one. 3, 9, 12, 6. This needs to be at 12. Here. Hold on. Now 6. Now 9. Closer. Needs to be order up this way. This is melting my brain. Oh, okay.
Reset the puzzle?
Yeah, it's reset. So 3 needs to get here. That moves 9 a quarter turn. Let me write this down. Three moves 9 1/4 the opposite direction. Well, it's the same, but the opposite direction. $12 moves 9 and 6. 9 goes. We go halfway around. It's identical, but it's opposite. 6 is opposite of it. Moving to the... Okay, these both move in the same direction. And then 6 moves the 12. So 3 is definitely the last thing we have to move. And I think that's how we have to work backwards. Okay, do we move 3 last or 6 last? Let's put them on opposite sides here. 9 moves 3, so can we move this to... This doesn't move this. These need to be opposite. 9. Okay, we are off order here. Oh. Now we're off by half. You back. You back. Now you're in the wrong spot. Wait. Now we're off by a quarter again. These two need to be directly opposite each other. So like that-ish. These need to be up and down, these two. Oh!
No, that was it.
How did I do that? I have no clue how I did that.
Work. What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Small lens. A small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And,
What is it?
what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close
A
investigation.
microscope, huh?
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Oh, I wonder if she was hired by Daddy Pointer there to find the beetle. I want to show this microscope to Fifi.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
It's
oh,
not.
yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Huh? So it's not a portable microscope. She would know.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope.
Yeah.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah, let's go now. Not a microscope.
This little
Suspicion.
microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry. We already worked out what you're searching for.
Yes. It's the beetle, I'm sure of it.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Ooh.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
Yeah.
He's not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
Yeah. It's not a microscope at
It's
all.
not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
No, but Fifi is. According to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, which makes it a murder weapon. No. So Hawkshaw was honest, so Hawkshaw stole it. So Hawkshaw lied about it.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy.
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An
Oh,
extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated.
Freya, huh?
My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Yeah. Wild. I wanna see something. We show him the microscope, the telescope.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Hmm. So it's a telescope, but it's not for stargazing. She lying again? Oh, snap. Suppose we could ask him about everybody and everything, but... Alright. Our leads are cold now. Let's see where we go next. Oh, okay. So we're back to that again? Flora's tower. We needed what? The bell? And the... the singing? Let's see if we can get her...
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, so if you want to stick...
Nice try.
Freya?
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related?
What can we break her with?
Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's...
She's listening, Grimoire.
She's listening.
Anything we should
She's not
know?
gonna talk about
Any
herself.
hobbies besides staring out the window?
What kind of loss did she suffer, though? Oh,
You
Fifi.
spoke to your daughter, Fifi. She's some kind of super, and you must be proud of her.
Okay, so her kid and her husband.
We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything. I bet that really ticked.
You know the guy in the other tower?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends.
You never know.
Yeah.
Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly
Oh
do?
no, I gave up making notes ages. Now I'm just doodling in...
The margins.
Do you and Fitz have anything other than your initials?
Okay, so nobody matters to her. Gramophone?
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
Back tape?
Do you know anything about this beetle?
What was I gonna show? egg?
Flora, this is... Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
No, I'm certain it's a feather. These aren't even...
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who are the other people next to you?
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it?
I'm going through them now.
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general?
I mean, she's very bird-like looking.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Nothing.
Do you know
We
anything
did that.
about this beetle?
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
Alright, let's try the gramophone thing again. Wait, I don't know if that would work. Because we... Wait, will that thing pop up? Pop up, what was the sound in the tower? We need to go to the attic? No, I think they would have said attic specifically. All I can think of is the...
Just dusty junk.
Hmm. You literally spoke to her with everything. Literally everything. Oh, main entrance. Is it just giving us new stuff? Maybe it's just cycling through a couple of possibilities we could be doing right now.
I think it's a family trait.
Hmm. Okay.
It's a...
There are weeds
It's
in
an
it.
aquarium?
Could be.
Think so.
Anymore.
Yeah, we know the top of that was up in, the moon garden.
Finally, we get to investigate a murder in a...
It's not
Don't
that
ruin this.
A big...
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner? This one has a big piece.
That's...
How very perceptive.
Oh, you know what? The main entrance. Wasn't there a wind chime out front? There was a wind chime out front. The doorbell. There it is. Okay. And now we need someone singing. See if it tells me again. The gardens. The greenhouse. Here? Or no, maybe that's the gardens. The rooftop garden. Let me try something. Okay, it is cycling through a couple things. Search the library. Back down here. So I'm guessing the last thing we
It's full of
need...
the same weird water.
Any
though.
fish in there?
Not a single. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Oh. Damaged tape. Oh, okay. I know what we're doing with this. I just saw the ripple in the water. Was that there before? I feel like I would have noticed that.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
There it is. Humming. Humming a tune outside. Okay. We got
That's
it.
all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do
Should we go back to the garden?
Yes, we do.
Let's try this again.
Have everything we need now.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Nice.
Are we gonna go in?
Yeah, but there's a couple of things I want to do first.
Oh? Collect all clues, complete suspicion for all suspects, talk with Sally at the crime scene. Okay. So, something else in the library we missed?
Is that a snow globe?
Of sorts.
Oh,
Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Hey, look at that. It's a model of... What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
okay. What am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, look, it's a model of... What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing...
This.
What's in those
Oh,
bottles?
find the Tangle Tower snow globe. Okay, so that was just a little Easter egg thing.
I'm not sure. Soil samples? It's an illustrated book about
It's
birds.
been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Ooh, okay. Isn't that the red bird? The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has particular feeding habits and usually only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica pictured. Look at that right there. There it is. Look at that feather. Look at that feather. I was right.
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Books about insects.
Well, theoretically, there's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
Probably because Pointer has them all.
Books about geography.
Skip.
Skip.
Books about
These
ancient...
books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
Sure, why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
Okay.
Sure, why
The
not?
search
okay.
is downright poetic.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a
Oh,
classroom?
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This looks like the thing in Fitz's. Just gonna take a picture of this real quick.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Right? Is this
A
similar?
little chart of. Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Look. 1, 2, 3. The chalkboard in Fifi's room goes up to 8. This one only goes up to 7. So it would be A, B. That's pi. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we're missing H. So I don't. Maybe they're related. Maybe they're not.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, I don't know about that yet. What room are we missing? Freya's room. Oh, there is a clue in Freya's room we're missing. Main entrance. Talk to Fifi. Main entrance. Freya's room. Alright, what's in Freya's room? What did we miss? Missed another clue in here. Alright, we'll just start clicking on stuff.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either. Not the kind of lamp I choose for
It's
my
cool. Looks like old mining equipment.
brushes.
They're clean, but they look pretty well used.
A lot of these paintings look unfinished.
How can you tell if they're finished?
Good point.
That painting.
Why would you want it lit?
Maybe for hang on. There's a.
okay.
It's a photograph.
Did that one already.
A lot of these.
How can you tell if they're?
Good point.
Okay. Plant.
Freya's plants. They must not need some drawings.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
Aha. Oh, snap. Done in the rooftop garden. That because there is roses on the rooftop garden. That's a thing.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
I mentioned
Let's
that.
ask her about it.
The red roses. We saw that. Okay. You guys remember these here. I will get her. And when we went to the rooftop garden, the petals, there were petals just on one side of the ground. Let me show you. Here, right? So it looks like she may have like stomped or something. Or grabbed a rose hastily. She knows. She knows something's up. But then that would make her out to get Poppy.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about.
It's the petals.
It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Is that the drawing?
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be.
Well, they were
But
birds.
don't forget.
Yeah.
Penny's the resident ornithologist.
That we did
My
find bird
dears,
feathers there.
What are you accusing me of?
The one of the 4 that's missing. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. Because they were planning murder, steal money from them, but it didn't work. Distract them, steal evidence from them.
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden.
Yep.
I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
The feathers we found in the rooftop garden, right?
Let's take a closer look at these.
Okay. We have the purple, the yellow, and the green. These two have definitely been there. There's a red and an orange, and this one's neither. Was left behind when it visited the rooftop garden. We'll do the yellow and green one.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
So it has the same green stripes. Well, you've been caught, girl.
Can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Okay. And then the main entrance, we needed something? Or no, down here. This is the Grand Hall. We need the main entrance. Okay. Something we missed here.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Tangle.
Twar. Do you think he'll start to move if...
No. I think he'll just...
Do you think he'll start
No. I think he'll just...
Is that an envelope?
Yeah, so is that an envelope?
It's been opened. But the letters... Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
Nope.
No, definitely.
Open letter. The envelope has been ripped open. There is a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Huh? Combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. What is that supposed to tell us? Felix? Fifi? Felix? Okay. Let's go talk to Fifi. Maybe she...
Curious. There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Freya, probably.
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
Probably got...
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Yes! Oh, we get to
Let's ask her
talk to her.
about
We get to talk to her about the feather. The feather / knife. A feather that's not a knife? Maybe that's what she lost, was this bird.
Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
I really thought she was gonna say something.
Oh, wait. Suspicion.
So,
There we go.
this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere. So what's going on?
Not a knife. It's not a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain.
Yes. A shabam. Right there.
Let's take a closer look at this.
The painted knife, a feather, was actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
What was the blood from then?
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes. Yes, 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 the figures.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Had that bird. That's what she lost. So she ate it. It was Penny's pet, so she kept... Yeah, the ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember her by. Yeah.
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet, and it died?
Is that her loss?
Maybe. Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
Where is it?
So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now?
Yeah.
You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Oh. Okay. Oh, the empty egg.
That we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Oh, Flora's drawings. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you, love, Freya. Aww. Aww. That's why they were so close.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Alright, I think that's all we're getting out of here. Need to talk to Fitz. Or, not Fitz. Felix. You're gonna ask her about him about people?
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
I liked her bird.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, especially after...
The bird died.
Especially recently.
Oh.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat
Or flew away.
distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
saw
family
that.
tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
Yeah,
What
we saw
about her
that.
inheritance?
There was like a...
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Yeah, it looked like she was like an illegitimate child.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant to, because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine, supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item, something called the Golden Beetle.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
It's not a treasure, it's a bug. Alright.
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Such an interesting family.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh?
Oh, yeah?
You tell.
It's what Freya called her.
Aww.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
I love
Let's
him
move
so
on.
much. He's great. Fitz?
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never
What?
commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Yeah, but we figured that part out already. All the stuff.
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
Aww. That's what we needed to know?
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Okay. I feel like that's what we needed to get from him was the drawing.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Oh?
Let's ask him about it.
It's painting supplies. Oh, the red paint. He has red paint, but Freya's is blood.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Flora's paints. Oh yeah, so these do have rounded tops, but Freya's are they're circular. This one is a rounded top. Pile of red paint and brushes laying nearby. The brush has some kind of dried red paint on it.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Oh yeah, the labels. The labels are different. Yeah, the labels are different. But the lids were swapped to hide it.
Freya's blue paint pot is exactly the same as Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it. Nope.
What? Oh, because it's a, this is also, it's a whole different bottle. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. It's a whole different shape. It was used to paint. Yeah, was stolen and replaced with Felix red paint. The lids are swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Why did it have blood in it, though?
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway?
Because it's not
And
paint.
None of this is connected to your murder.
It's not paint. This red paint, or this red pot, blood was used to fill up this red paint pot. Before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Blood was used to fill up this red paint pot before Freya used it to paint Flora. Nope.
What? Was somehow filled with. Okay, switch those.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. there was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well...
She needed it.
I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Oh.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
The thing he was working on.
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
A bird.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end.
No.
After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Oh, so he painted, or he did that before she lost the bird?
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Oh, did we get everything? We're going a little long, but let's get to this point, and then we can go underneath in the next episode.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
No. Impossible. Resemble a bloody knife. Let's see. It's designed to match. No. I don't understand any of these. Like, these don't... Not to stab Freya, obviously. To distract Freya? Choose to paint the red tip. The painted ink tip feather. Resemble a bloody knife.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very
why?
strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the
Or
only
to frame
person who
Flora.
hid in the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time.
Yep.
It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope.
She
but
was
he
behind the
did see
canvas.
Flora lying by the window.
So
Fitz
whatever
was the
got
first one in the
Freya
room.
Got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything.
The trowel.
Might not even be important.
The trowel.
How is it not important?
It's the trowel.
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her.
No.
But she was standing right up by the canvas.
It was after she was laying down.
Freya
Ceiling.
ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through
No.
the painting?
Did not.
Didn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over?
She wasn't.
Maybe her being
Ah!
stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Yes, that's what I've been saying since the beginning.
Are we done?
For now, it's about time we found out what's beneath the garden.
Okay. So that's where we'll pick up in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.